Another day, another deluded article. I don't know why we're still getting these articles from the cast members of Rings of Power. This is a variety story that has been picked up in a number of other different publications, and the cast members are talking about the racist backlash and how they triumphed and how their artistic performance overtook any of that negativity.
That's gross.
I don't understand why we're still getting these articles. I'll read into it. There's 2 or 3 that I have open here. Again, they're running cover for season 2. They're still trying to cover for season 1. A lot of it is nonsensical. A lot of it is hearsay. A lot of it is done to keep the irons in the fire for season 2. We got to keep that at the forefront of people's mind, that we were attacked racially, and it's not because the show was absolute crap. It's not because the show was terribly written. And not to mention, out of the 3 people that you're seeing on screen here, N.B.R is the only good actor. The other 2 are absolutely trash. We're not even suited to the role, regardless of gender, regardless of whatever Tolkien wrote. So let's put that aside here, because these people are like in their own little bubble, and they're talking about, well, my artistic ability was attacked because people were so much more concentrated on the color of our skin.
Gosh, great.
Your artistic performance in this show was terrible. Absolutely terrible. So calm down, chill out a bit. In an interview with Variety, the 3 actors of colour spoke about racist backlash of their casting and major characters on the Prime TV show. I would bet money that the majority of negative reaction that these actors of colour talk about came from lifelong Tolkien fans who saw the casting and went, oh my god, this is not what was written in the book. We have experienced so much source material being thrown into the fire, and this is just another example, and we talk about it in every other video, but I'm sure that's what the majority of criticisms were across the board. And then once the show was released, that kind of tilted towards, this is terrible acting, terribly written, terrible costumes, and just probably the worst show of the year. Actually, you know what? Witcher Blood Origins probably the worst show of the year, but it's not as big and it didn't have as much of a push as this did. So I would give the top prize to Rings of Power because it's absolute and utter shit. Cruz Cordova, the actor who plays Arondir, he talks about how I don't want people to look at the color of my skin or my personality. It's more about my artistic integrity. Don't be talking like you're some method actor and nobody is taking you seriously. You're on Sesame Street, dude. Calm down.
Are you serious?
These actors exist inside their own heads. They're absolutely deluded and they're being propped up by social media. And the more these people tell themselves that they're making history, the more seals are clapping their hands and they're agreeing with them. So they're just like, listen, we're brilliant. We're absolutely great. He did, however, note that he felt the backlash took away from some of the spotlight on their ability as actors instead of drawing attention to the race. Dude, your acting was shit. As simple as that. And so was the Queen Regent. She was terrible as well. N.B.R was good. She was one of the better actors in the show. Has to be said. And that's just been honest. I mean, what's that got to do with her colour? Absolutely nothing. She was one of the better actors in the show. Outside of that, these people are deluded. Absolutely deluded. You know what? They're not really to blame. It's the system that they're living within. And it's not going to change anytime soon. In fact, it's going to get worse. Because if we jump over here, this is an article that I found. Rings of Power, what we want to see in Season 2. So the question is asked in Season 2, what do we want to see more of? And J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, the showrunners, are confirmed of saying that we want to see more diversity in Season 2.
That's stupid!
All the backlash about the terrible casting and the terrible writing and the set design and production, forget about all that. We'll just double down. We'll just double down. Whatever. Rings of Power came under heavy fire even before the first episode aired, but the worst was most unfounded was the racist backlash, which began as soon as the casting was announced. As I said, no one was going after Lenny Henry for being black. He's a terrible actor. You go after him for being a terrible actor, not for being black. That's stupid. Seeing actors like Lenny Henry, some said black characters didn't exist in Tolkien's world and that they should be removed, but black hobbits and elves were seen in the first episode and throughout the entire season, and the show proved that the actors were chosen as performers, not as tokens. I'll have to disagree with you there. If we jump back over here, there's a quote from the Queen Regent, and she says, but it's undeniable that these people are in a position that they are diverse, and they're there and they should be there. There is nobody else that could have played these roles. There's nobody else that could have played these roles. And these actors were chosen for their skills, not as tokens. Okay, that's an oxymoron in every sense of the word, because these actors, Queen Regent, Lenny Henry, Cordova, were not good. Their performances were not good. Let's be honest, the script wasn't good for them to work with in the beginning, but I don't think that they had it anyway. And now they're keeping this narrative alive to make sure that they have a second season. That's all this is about. Another garbage article looking for more and more sympathy for this absolute and utter trash fire. Let me know your thoughts down below and subscribe and share. Cheers.